So our garden is struggling a bit. The grasshoppers, yeah, you can come do it with me, have eaten a lot. Like, look at that. Say hi, Nor.
Hi.
These are basically dead. We'll see if they come back. Here's a lilac. The rose this one's doing a little better, but is still struggling. Everything is brown. We are into August now. It's a bit crazy in here, but we'll just go around and show you and talk about what we've gathered and what is doing okay. Yeah. So what's this, Nor? This is our corn. I honestly don't know if we are going to get any. Our rhubarb I cut back and made jam with it. That was yummy. As you can tell, the grasshoppers, which you can kind of see and you can hear them. Look at this. Look at that guy. They are decimating lots of things, and the corn is one of them. We might get a few ears of corn.
These corns are doing good.
Those ones over there are doing pretty good. Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's an experiment. Didn't really know how it would go. So here's our...
Really doing really good.
They're doing so-so. So our raspberries have really thinned out, especially this row. I try to when I can, I try to come out in the morning and evenings, which is not every day, and just like pick off the grasshoppers and put them in a bucket of water, but it doesn't always happen. But like they're like everywhere. They're a little bit slower today because it's rainy. Here's those potatoes. I haven't done anything. It just rained today and last night. So I'm just gonna leave them until it dries out a bit. And then these, what are these, Nor?
I think are type.
Raspberries. They're the golden raspberries. We've eaten a few here and there. Our squash are doing okay.
Can we talk about the...
These ones back here have gotten eaten a bit.
Talk about the
Whoa!
ground cherries.
Yeah, we can go show the ground cherries. I need to pick that one today. But like, look, this is hardly. It's actually a type of squash, but yeah, it looks just like a pumpkin. But like we've gotten so much squash already. I've frozen like over 40 cups, I think. But like yellow squash and zucchini. But that's really pretty. They're doing good. We have more. I could probably harvest some of that and freeze it. And then we have like Hubbard squash. Oh, there's the giant ones that I found last time. There's more big ones. I know we're gonna need to cut it. Whoa, look at this guy. This one's really big and round. I'm gonna have to process and freeze more.
See how big these pumpkins are.
I think they're like a yellow or a salmon winter squash or something. But I can see them. They're really big. We had a windstorm and it broke that branch. We got to get the excavator over here and move it. But everything's pretty green in the garden, and then everywhere else is pretty brown. We definitely have been enjoying these volunteer sunflowers, even though, as you can see, they are getting eaten up. So I can't remember last time, but we cut back some arugula, and then there's more, and then we took a lot of the lettuce. There was lettuce and radishes and stuff here, and so my mother-in-law took them all out, and then we harvested what seeds we wanted. A bunch of those seeds had already fallen. So yeah. And here is some cucumbers. These ones are mostly like market moors and that type of cucumber, like a slicing cucumber.
Ground cherries.
And ground cherries. Nora went and found some. We'll have to show on the video what they look like, what the plants look like, huh? Last time this was very lush. Now it is decimated. It actually does come back every year. It's interesting. You can see like the new growth.
It's not gonna have berries.
And then the old growth. Yeah, this year we definitely didn't get any currants. Here are my violets. They are kind of slowing down. That might be my fault because they got really big. Like that's at least 15 inches tall, I would say. But I haven't been harvesting them as much just because it's been pretty hot. My blueberry's looking a little sad. That one looks a little sad too. This looks a little sad also. I actually probably should wait till tomorrow if it doesn't rain again, and then harvest this and dry it. But yeah, there's like 4 grasshoppers just on there. Yeah, there's some more grasshopper poop, in case you wanted to know. Probably didn't, but that's okay. Look at all that. Oh, a pansy. That one's really pretty. Show the purple on it. Yeah, it was just from over there. And then that is really pretty, except for it looks like the sunflower got a haircut by the grasshoppers.
There's a bee.
My
There's a
echinacea
bee on
is not
there,
doing
Mom.
excellent.
Did you see
I know.
the bee?
I did see the bee. It's not doing great. But the sedum looks really good. It's really pretty. Well, kind of.
The sedum got all chewed up by grasshoppers, I think.
Oh, man. There's a little bit of onions going on here. This is looking pretty sad. This looks really good still. We should definitely get some more pansies. Some of the strawberries look okay. So one thing that hasn't been too pestered by the grasshoppers, they like to hide in here because the metal's like warm and stuff. But the tomatoes, or calendula, have. This one I should probably harvest. Maybe I should let it go to seed, but they have definitely chewed back the calendula.
There's a good tomato.
Yes, we have been getting so many tomatoes, which is such a wonderful blessing. I canned some the other day. Thank you. So we have a bunch of cherry varieties, and then we have these. I can't recall what they are, but I'll ask my mother-in-law. You're okay. No, it just probably dripped. Here's one of those white silver slicer cucumbers. It's kind of fun. We get to like see cucumbers growing from the other side. And the tomatoes are kind of like encroaching on the cucumbers too. It's like a win-win. We get both. This is what we've gathered so far already. This is a really big bowl. We have these black crim. This one got kind of, I'll probably slice it up a little bit. This one's pretty. Okay. So our tomatoes are kind of a jungle, as you can see. We have them growing under, and then these ones, I just picked a whole bunch, I think 2 days ago. And there's already more that are ready to be picked. That one's good, huh? We'll come through. I'll let Nora come through and just pick them because you just kind of pop them off. I'll probably let them sit on the counter and ripen up a bit. But then we have, our cucumbers on this side, tomatoes on this side. Oh, here's a volunteer dill. Isn't that pretty? And then we have a couple black crim, which we already gathered. But man, look at that one. It's so, I can't see, so big. There's quite a few big ones in here too. Our cosmos are doing pretty good. They kind of have been falling over and breaking a bit. Here's more of our squash. Oh, the marshmallow. I didn't see that. I think that's just brand new. This is a marshmallow flower. Can be used medicinally. Let's get that. Well, let's not whine about it, okay? So it's pretty tall. That's okay. Don't whine.
Pick it up.
Sure. So we have the rest of our tomatoes on this side, which has really jungled out. It's kind of fun and crazy. It's like an exploration of like finding the tomatoes. Probably pretty soon we'll top the top. We'll like cut off the tops to help more of the. Those are pretty. More of the, nutrients and power of whatever growing to go towards ripening the tomatoes. But for now, it's good. We have a couple random cucumbers in here that I got from a friend. And then these are my serrano plants, which have just grown way past the hoops, like way past. I try and like scrape the grasshoppers off the top, but they're doing pretty good in there. There's so many flowers, so I'm not sure how many peppers we'll actually get. But if you can kind of see, there's some that are already growing. They're still pretty small, so I'm just going to kind of wait to harvest. And then we have like the really spicy ones and then a bunch of the King of the North bell peppers. Looking on this way, we are going to harvest some of this lettuce seed. Some of it already fell down, which is totally fine. And then we have the rest of our peppers. I think that we might have got a mix-up with our brown jalapenos, but we'll just kind of see. And then our green beans, I've already harvested some. I'll put some pictures of our green beans. I made a bunch of dilly beans. And then probably pretty soon they'll be done. I'm going to pick today, as long as the rain holds off.
Got locusts.
So you want to catch some locusts? Maybe you should get your net. So there's what's supposed to be our brown jalapenos, but we'll see.
Locusts.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah, that thing.
we're done locusts and we're keeping them.
Oh, they were catching the locusts, which I think are just really giant grasshoppers. Are they completely different? I don't know.
And tiny.
But the peppers are doing pretty good. I'm hoping to make some pickled ones pretty soon. This right here is ground cherry, and so is this. It is gigantic. These are all volunteer ones. So this is how they grow. They turn yellow, and they do. Oh, that one already fell off, but I don't know if the inside's yellow. So you only eat them if it's yellow. This one's still green. It's still green, Kai. Can't eat that one. We'll find a yellow one for you. So the grasshoppers started really eating down my potatoes. Like you can tell, all the leaves are gone. So I ended up digging up like the back part, which is about the back half. So the back half I dug up, and then all of this part right here I dug up. I kind of left these ones because they still had some greens on them, and the middle still had greens on them as of last week, but it's basically done. So I think I'm going to just finish up digging up all the rest of the potatoes, and then I can just check that off my list. I'm pretty sure they ate these down. These are the thyme that we had. There was 3. That one's like completely gone. I did cut back my chives, but they're also cutting back my chives. Haha. We have a couple of squash plants.
I picked a bunch.
Oh. And then our sunflower patch is pretty fun. They're definitely eaten, but so we have we caught one because they're pretty slow right now. So we have our nasturtium. I've dried a bunch. He hopped away. I think this week I will probably also pull up the beets. These are just the golden beets that are left. Our chamomile is kind of slowing down, mostly because of the grasshoppers. I might come harvest more, but I did feel like I got a lot. Here's the seeds for this Indonesian cosmos, so that's pretty fun. And we have lettuce seed we can harvest soon. We actually did harvest some of this lettuce seed that we got from Baker Creek. This was one of the lettuces. It's really pretty. We have, this is a different, I think this might be a type of hyber, or I can't remember. Here's an echinacea, another one that I picked up, and it's doing so-so. I'm not sure if I should harvest anything or just leave it be. But after it dries out, I'm going to come out and we'll get some of this. Oh, what's on your hand? I don't know. We'll gather some of this. It's coriander, but, you know, cilantro seed. There's another ground cherry. We have the kale is doing so-so in there. Elsie's walking around. Elsie gathered a bunch of ground cherries. She sliced her hand. She broke a glass. Sliced her hand yesterday. But you want to give one to your brother? No, give him the yellow. Make sure it's yellow.
Yeah, I think it was yellow.
You gotta pull it from the middle. Ooh, that one's a big one. They're not always that big. Oh, I want one. So we have some ground cherry like back at the back of the garden. Thank you. Oh, we just had a lot of wind and rain, and that's why all these leaves are on the ground. But these are, I think, are carrots. I can't remember. There's beets, and then I think there's carrots there. Maybe some celery and stuff. But as you can see, we got all of our... Oh yeah, that's a tomatillo. Don't pick that one. We got all of our onions harvested. We're kind of leaving these. They're doing so-so. They're pretty small.
Sunflower's so thick.
But the...
It's like
I know.
miniature tree.
I know, that sunflower...
Who picked the top off?
Mina might have. I think she did harvest some of them to save. But like all of this, these are carrots. But as you can see, the grasshoppers are just kind of going crazy. Yeah, let me come back and see. Are you stuck? So we cut back a lot of our parsley and cilantro and we dried it. These are volunteer tomatillos. Oh look, that one's like really nice. The kale, they're just also decimating. You okay? You're getting stuck on the... You're getting stuck in there? What's going on?
I got stuck.
Got stuck. Okay, walk this way. Come this way a little bit. So, ooh, this is a nice ground cherry. This is like, I think these might be the bigger ones.
Yeah.
So, the way we do it with the ground cherry is a lot of times we'll like kind of shake them and we'll let the ones that fall. Well, that one just, those ones were dead, like off a dead branch. But you can come and gather all the fallen ones. And then those are the ones that are usually ripe. If they're yellow still, they can be like have some sort of toxic stuff in them.
You mean green?
Green. I didn't mean yellow.
These are glowing.
That one is a little on the edge, but I just eat it.
I like those ones. Those are my favorite.
They still, the really orange ones, yellowish orange ones, taste really good. Did you find some yellow ones?
Yeah.
Oh, I dropped mine. I'll just wipe it off. But yeah, we'll just like come and gather. It's nice when you gather them and then not leave the shells, because then someone else might want to come and gather and pick up. So a lot of them, oops, are also this small. So they can be pretty tiny. Oops. Which, yeah, that one's quite a bit smaller. There's like, I think this might be like kind of more the normal size. That one's split. And then there's like this bigger size. Are you finding some good ones? Yeah? Yeah? Oh, our dill. So it looks like we're just about ready to harvest our dill. It's like coming off. The grasshoppers have been eating it a bit. Usually there's like a bunch hanging out. Oh yeah, here's our brassicas are in sad state. This is, I was wrong. It wasn't a Romanesco, it was a Macerata, I think is what it was called. But that is not exactly what it looks like. Oh, don't pull them off. Remember, you find the ones. So we already harvested some cabbage and everything else is covered up as best we can. So sometimes it's a little bit hard to not be discouraged because our garden gets decimated and it doesn't look as pretty as it did. But we try and remember that this is just something that's happening and we're doing our best and just doing everything that we can. And also just having good attitudes no matter what life throws at us, that it stinks, but also we have grown a lot of food and we are still growing food. Like, look at these tomato bushes behind me. If you looked at my tomato bushes, you would never know that we had a grasshopper problem because look how big and lush they are. Oh, there's my headphones hanging on them. I also have this giant ground cherry in here, and then I'm just gonna pick our green beans. It's kind of nice to do it all at once, just pick a whole bunch because we've been covering it up for protection against the grasshoppers. Here's those, what's supposed to be a brown jalapeno, but these do not seem like a brown jalapeno to me at all. Let me know if you think these look like they're gonna be a brown jalapeno. Look at those weird ridges, like jalapenos don't look like that. This one almost looks jalapeno-like, but man, like this one just looks odd. We'll just see what happens, I guess. Yeah. Where'd my kids go? I think they just might be underneath those plants.
No, let's go. After, let's go cover ourselves.
Achoo! Our big bowl of zucchini squash and yellow squash, crookneck. And then this is mostly cherry tomatoes, and then there's some of these tomatoes. Then we got our cucumbers, more tomatoes, black crim that needs to be cut up, and then green beans.